Welcome to Sacred Pathways to Wholeness. I'm Pamela Bridgeman Bartell, and this space is shaped by Isaiah chapter 50, verse 4, and by the ancient paths of the sovereign Lord, paths that make room for honesty, not performance. Today, I'm speaking about telling the truth to God. In Psalm 13 and 1, David asked, "How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever?" And then Hebrews 4 and 16 reminds us, "Let us then approach the throne of grace with confidence." Psalm 13 is not polite, it's not careful, it's honest. Biblical faith does not silence lament, it preserves it. That alone should tell us something very important. God is not threatened by our truth. Many of us learn, directly or indirectly, that good Christians pray a certain way. We were taught to sound grateful, steady, and composed. But Psalm 13 doesn't perform composure. It names the ache. How long? It names the fear. Will you forget me? It names the distress. My enemy triumphs over me. This is not irreverence. This is relationship. And here is a clinically informed truth that fits beautifully with scripture. When feelings are not acknowledged, they don't disappear, they relocate. They show up in the body as tension, headaches, exhaustion. They show up in the mind as rumination, irritability, or numbness. They show up in relationships as withdrawal, defensiveness, or conflict. So when we hide our fear, anger, or confusion, we don't protect faith, we weaken it. Not because God withdraws, but because we disconnect from truth. And disconnection makes prayers feel distant. God already knows our hearts. Honest prayer simply brings us into alignment with what is real. Some people avoid honesty with God because they confuse honesty with disrespect. But honesty is not the same as accusation. Lament is not the same as unbelief. Lament is faith that refuses to pretend. In fact, lament is often the most mature form of faith because it stays in relationship while naming the pain. Hebrews 4:16 gives us the posture. Approach the throne of grace with confidence. Not because we're confident in ourselves, but because we're confident in God's mercy. A throne of grace is not a throne of shame. It's not a throne of get it together first. It is the throne where you come as you are with your questions, your disappointments, your fear, your grief, your fatigue. Courageous faith speaks plainly and stays present. It doesn't run from God when emotions rise. It brings the emotions into the presence of God. And that takes courage, especially if you grew up in an environment where honesty had consequences, where anger was punished, where sadness was dismissed, where questions were labeled as rebellion. If that's part of your story, hear this gently. God is not like the people who made truth unsafe. God invites the truth because truth is where healing begins. If this episode is giving you language for prayer, language that feels more real, please take a moment to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It helps others find the space when they're trying to pray honestly and don't know how. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Now let's take a moment. And if you're able or willing, I want you to take in a slow breath and let it out. Again, inhale and release. Now, imagine you're bringing one unfiltered sentence to God, one truthful sentence, not a speech, not a polished prayer, just one sentence. You might say, Lord, I'm scared. Lord, I'm angry. Lord, I feel forgotten. Lord, I don't understand what you're doing. Lord, I'm trying to trust you, but I'm tired. Now, add a second sentence. Ask for help. Meet me here. Give me strength for today. Help me keep showing up. Hold my heart steady. One more breath. In and out. This is honest prayer. Truth plus presence. Not performance, relationship. Consider this. What feelings have I withheld from God? Not what you should feel, what you actually feel. Now name it without judging it. What might change if I spoke honestly in prayer? Would your prayers feel less forced? Would you feel less alone? Would you feel more connected to God? Not because the problem changed, but because you stopped pretending. What do I confuse faith with? Emotional restraint. Faith is not emotional suppression. Faith is choosing to stay in relationship with God while emotions are real. Now, here are two additional things I want you to try this week. I want you to use Psalm 13 as a model for your prayer. Start with, how long, Lord? Then name what hurts you. Then ask for what you need. Then end with one thread of trust, even if it's small. I want you to practice a daily 2-sentence prayer. Sentence 1, God, here is what I feel. Sentence 2, God, here is what I need. Keep it simple. Keep it true. May the sovereign Lord welcome your honesty. May grace meet you in truth. And may your prayers deepen, not diminish your faith. You're welcome to subscribe and return whenever you need a space for honest reflection. And if you'd like support between episodes, please visit Amazon and check out my devotionals with guided journals, scripture-rooted reflections with gentle prompts designed to support emotional processing, grounded prayer, and steady spiritual growth. Until next time, may you approach the throne of grace with confidence, not because you have perfect words, but rather because God's mercy is already waiting for you there. God bless you.